Hi there, Mr. Holcomb here with another episode of The Math Behind the Modules. Okay, this is chapter 3.7, Average Daily Balance. So the objective of this lesson is to calculate the average daily balance using a credit calendar, and then to calculate the finance charge using the credit calendar. So by definition here we have credit calendar. That's a definition word. I'll explain that in example 1. We have a billing date, which will also be explained in example 1. It's the date the bill comes out, and minimum payment warning box. And we also have a negative amortization, or neg-am. Okay, so those are just a few words this chapter section, and let's dive in. Okay, so we're just going to jump right into example 1 here, and it says use the information given in Elaine K's credit card statement to verify the accuracy of her average daily balance. So let's just take a quick look at this. There's her name, her average, or yeah, her average, her address, account information, there's her account number, billing date, there it is. Here's the billing date. That was one of the definition words. That's the date this bill was printed and sent out to her. Payment due date is right here, December 5th. That's an important date right there. That's when your payment is due. If you pay it on the 6th, there will be a late fee. And then here are the credits and debits. So on the 25th of October is an important date. She made a purchase of $67. On October 29th at Bubble Wrap Shipping Company, she purchased something for $55. And then on November 5th, she made a payment of $160. Okay, so we have a previous balance here of $829.30, and here's where her payment was made, $160. Her new purchases are 67 plus 55 adds up to 122. She was not late on her last payment, so there's no late charge. Finance charge was $12.09, and now she has a new balance of $803.39. This is calculated by taking the previous balance minus the payments and credits plus new purchases plus finance charge. And then they said her minimum payment is $59. Total credit line of $3,000, and total available remaining is $3,000 minus the current balance of average, not average daily, where is it? New balance, $803.39. So you take $803.39 from $3,000, and her total available credit is $2,196.61. That just means that's how much more she could charge onto that card without going over the credit limit. And here is the average daily balance. Days in billing cycle 31. So if you look, this billing date was November 13th, and annual percentage rate on her card is 16.98%. Divide that by 12 and it's 1.415%. That's her monthly periodic rate. Okay, so let's dive into this. We are going to use this form right here, and all you have to do, there's 7 days in a week, obviously. So you need a box, if you will, a grid of 7 columns for 1 day of each week. And 7 times 4 is 28, and some months have 30 or 31 days. So we need 5 rows totaling 35. So the first thing we're going to do is we're looking at days in the billing cycle. So there are 4 blocks we are not going to use here. So I am just going to take and block those out. So I'm going to put this here, and I will just fill it in like so. I'm going to, let's see, fill color. Let's make it a solid blue. So we are not going to use those 4 cells. All right, so how do we set this thing out? Well, the first thing you do is draw this grid that has 7 boxes across and 5 down, and that's what you do every time. And these arches in the corner will be for our dates. Okay, so that's what those arches are for. All right, so then the step 2 is we realize there's 31 days in the cycle, so we have to get rid of those 4 days. So that's what I've done so far. Step 3, we want to enter the billing date of November 13th. So the billing date is here in red. So down here, I'm going to put a 13. And I'm just going to count backwards and fill this in. Okay. 9th of November, 8th of November, and so on. Okay, so here I'm going to stop. So this is November 1st through the 13th. But if you don't know how many days are in a month, you should go here. And since we are just gone from November to December or October, October has 31 days. So then we want to go back. So this could have been 30, this could have been 28. If this was a March calendar and this is February, then I'll go from 1 to 28 in February, or 1 to 30 in some other months, but in October there are 31. So I'm going to put a 31 there. And then it just is decreasing by 1 every time for our calendar, like so. I should have some background music going here to keep you entertained while I'm doing this. Oops. I need 19 here, 18, 17, 16, 15, and 14. Okay, so the billing date was the 13th of November. So the first day of the billing cycle would be the next day, the 14th. Or October, same thing. So billing date 13th November is right here, and the billing date of the prior month would have been the 13th of October. And so this is the new monthly cycle. Okay, so that's the next step. So that's done. We have put all the days of the month in, and now step 4, we want to look at the post-it of each charges and for pluses and minus. Okay. So on the 25th, which is right here, we want to, on the 25th, she spent $67. So that's going to increase her bill $67. On the 29th of October, she increased her account balance by $55. So that's going to be plus 55 on that date. And then I am going to use, I don't know, purple for the credit, $160 on November 5th, which is right here. So that would be minus $160. Okay, so those were the 3 transaction dates. So once I've done that, all I have to do is put in, and this is a bit tedious, her previous balance was $829.30. So I'm going to put 829.30, 829.30. And you just continue doing that until you get to the first charge. And I'm going to pause the video and fill that in. Okay, so I put this $829.30 in every single cell of our calendar. But then when I get to here, $67, I'm going to add 67 to that 829.30. Her balance increased by $67. So that would be a 6 and a 9, 896, I believe, 896.30. So what I'm going to do is just bring this down here and change that to 896.30. Okay, and then we're going to just simply add that, and there's only a few, so I'm going to just do this. Okay, so that'd be 896.30 here, $896.30 on this date. So the date or the value added on the dates does not change until you do another transaction. Okay, so now when I get to this date, I need to add $55 to 896.30, and that is going to become 951.30. And I add 55 to that, so it's going to be 951.30. And now I'm going to take this value and copy it, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Okay, so when I do that, oops, Control Z. When I do that, I'm going to grab this and bring it down. So it's now 951.30, and the balance does not change until the 5th of November when the payment hits, when she made her payment, when Elena made her payment. Okay, so right there, we're at $951.30. These are daily balances. But then if I subtract $160 from $951.30, it's going to be $791.30. So I'm going to bring this here and change it to $791.30. Okay, and now the balance does not change ever again. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 times. And then bring these in and fill it in. So it's $791.30 daily balance. Average daily balance does not change anymore. So we just keep doing this. Anytime a purchase is made, this balance goes up. Anytime a payment is made, this balance decreases. Okay, so there is our calendar based on a 31-day billing cycle. So now it says, now we can answer the question. It says, find her average daily balance. So what we're going to do is add all the daily balances and divide by the number of days in the billing cycle. So I'm going to, if I took the time to do this, I'd take my calculator and I would take 829.30 plus 829.30 plus 829.30, or I could do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days times that balance and get a total, and add to that 1, 2, 3, 4 days of 896.30. So that'd be 4 times 896.3 and hit enter and hit plus. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of 951.30. So that's 7 times 951.30. And what I'm doing here is what we did in the prior lessons where we're finding the average daily balance. So it's going to be plus, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days times $791.30. And that comes out to be $26,488.30. So I'm going to write that there, $26,488.30. Okay, so that was her total of all these values in the date. And now I need to divide that by the number of days in the billing cycle, 31. And so if I did that, I'd say this value divided by, not 33, I don't know why I wrote that, 31. And that is going to give me a balance of $854.46. Okay, $854.46, and there it is right there. So we have confirmed that the average daily balance is correct on her statement. Okay, so now the check your understanding says, is there a better time during the billing cycle when Elena could have made her payment so that the average daily balance would be less? And the answer to that is, of course. She received this statement billing date November 13th. So November 14th was the first day of the billing cycle, and she didn't make her payment until way down here on November 5th. So I'm right here. So if she had made her payment up near the beginning, let's say she paid it the 15th instead of on the 5th. If she paid it on the 15th, this $829.30 would now be $829.30 minus 160, which would be $669.30. If I'm doing my math right. Let's see if that's right. Let's see, 39, 05. 669. I gotta add. So 9 plus 0 is 9, 6 and 6 is 12, carry over 7. Yeah, there it is. $669.30. This would be then $669.30, $669.30, $669.30, all the way till we got to here. All these values would have been less, making her average daily balance less, and therefore her interest charged to the account less. So yes, the answer to the check your understanding is the sooner you pay the bill after the billing date, the less interest accrues, because there's no interest on your payment after it's paid. Okay, example 2 says to determine the finance charge for Elena's billing cycle. All right, so I just took the summary portion of her statement, and what we're going to use is the average daily balance and her monthly periodic rate. So all you have to do is take the average daily balance of $854.46 and multiply that by the daily interest rate, which is 0.01415. Okay, and in doing that, make my calculator, it is 854.46 times 0.01415. Enter. I get 1209. Okay. And as you can see, that is right there. Okay, so that's how you do it. Average daily balance times monthly periodic rate equals finance charge on the month. Okay, so now the check your understanding says when might Elena have made her purchases during the billing cycle in order to decrease her finance charges? So I'm going to go back to the previous page and I'm going to look at my calendar here. So in other words, she made a purchase here at $67 and a purchase here of $55. Well, if she moves those purchases down like so towards the end, all these values before would be now 67 plus $55, which is $122. Okay, that's the new charges right here, 122. This would be $122 less for those number of days before. So one came from the 25th and one was on, where was it? Undo. 25th and the 29th. So we're decreasing the daily balance for several days if the purchases were made towards the end of the billing cycle. And that's the answer to the check your understanding. All right, example 3. Let me get my highlighter for this one. A lot of words. Alex found an old credit card statement that was sent to him before the enactment of the Credit Card Act. Okay, if you don't know what the Credit Card Act is, you didn't read the chapter. That is the act that President Obama administration declared. And what that means is the minimum payment has to be more than the interest. In other words, if you only pay the minimum, some money is going to the principal of the account so that it doesn't stay the same or get larger if you pay the minimum. Okay, so he had no previous balance. He charged $4,000 that month. So no previous balance. These were all new charges. So it went from $0 to $4,000. His credit card account had a monthly percentage rate of 1.5%. He made no additional purchases during that billing cycle. Okay. He charged $4,000 that month. No additional purchases during the billing cycle. A minimum of $20. Okay. A minimum of $20 was required as a monthly payment. How long would it have taken Alex to pay down his debt if he continued to only pay the minimum amount without making any other credit card purchases? So in other words, if he had, oops, what am I doing here? If he had a $4,000 balance paying 1.5%, okay, so his 1.5 times 0.015, we're going to multiply that 1.5%, because since there was only that $4,000, the average daily balance was $4,000. So you take $4,000 times 0.015, the 1.5% interest, and that'd be $60. Is that right? Oh no, I'm sorry, I forgot something. He made a payment of $20. Let's do that first. So he charges $40,000 or $4,000. He gets a bill and he pays 20 bucks. So we're going to subtract 20 from that 4,000. So his new balance is $3,980. Okay, new balance. Now we take that 3,980 times 1.5%, which is 0.015, and it's $59.70 interest. So I'm going to add $59.70 to this $3,980. And my new balance is going to be 8 and 5 is 13, carry the 1, 10, 4. So as you can see, his balance went up to $4,039.70. Ay caramba. All right. So then he pays $20. Maybe the minimum might be a little bit more, but let's say it's still just $20. So now he pays $20 in the next month. Now it's down to $4,019.70. And then I take that $4,019.70 and multiply that by 0.015, and I get $60.30 in interest. So I'm going to add $60.30 in interest, and that is going to get me to $4,080. So look what's happening. If he only pays the minimum, his balance is going up. The Credit Card Act prevents that. It would force this minimum payment to be greater than 20. So if the interest is $59.70 on $3,980, the actual minimum payment should be over $60 to avoid the balance to stay the same or increase. Okay. And now it says, check your understanding. Lucas just received his credit card statement. He has a balance of $3,333.67. Let me highlight that. That's his balance. The minimum payment warning box states that if he makes only the minimum payment of $35 per month, it will take him 12 years and he'll pay $6,472 in principal plus interest total. If he makes a monthly payment of $116, it will take 3 years to pay, and he will have paid a total of $4,193. It says, what will be the percent increase? So this is the question. What will be the percent increase in total payments if he only pays the minimum rather than the $116 per month? So if he's only paying this instead of this, what is the percent increase? Okay, so in this one, it's just a percent problem. So what do you do? What values are we looking at? We're looking at this amount. We're looking at this amount. That is what is in question. So what I'm going to do is take $6,472 minus $4,193. I want to know what how much more I'm paying. That's going to be 6, 12, 11, 10, 9, 4 to 3, 16, 7, 2, 2. So it's $2,279. Okay, so then, so I get my calculator out. So let me do that again. 6472 minus 4193. So the amount he's going to pay, if he takes 12 years, he will pay $2,279 more than if he pays the $116 a month. It says, what will be the percent increase in total payments? So what percent is this of the total payment of the lower? So then you take that difference of $2,279 and you divide it by 4,193. I want to know what percent more it is than this amount. So it's 2279 out of the 4193. So if I take that 2279 divided by $4,193, I get 0.5435. So that is 0.5435, or about 54.4% increase. Okay, this is over 50% increase of that. So the answer is 54.4% increase. Okay, so that is the end of chapter 3.7. And peace. Thanks for watching.